So then, do you think you would live with somebody before you married them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. That was quick.
You gotta try it out. Just like shoes. You don't buy shoes.
Just like me. Look, I'm moving mine out.
And I find that but I find that a lot of men will get to a point where they'll move in with someone and then they're comfortable and they don't want to go to the marriage because they already have it. They're at home. We're here. We're living together. Why I gotta get married?
This is the whole cow, milk for free type of thing.
There's like catch-22. Having him move in, he's not going to ask you to marry him anymore.
Others get worn out. Yeah, you can't really.
Exactly. You can't expect him to ask you anymore. Why?
Well, I don't think that you can come up with those big generalities. I mean, it depends who you're with, and if you're with a person just because you're living with them that they wouldn't ask you to marry them, that's probably not the right person for you.
We have a caller from Pennsylvania, Dwayne. Welcome to the show,
Dwayne. Give it to me.
Very feminine of you.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm sitting here driving my truck on my way to New York, but I got this communication thing. I've known this young lady for 20 years. And she's not really the best looking young lady, but very good friends. But I found out through my communication with her that she fell in love with me. We fell in love with one another. But I cannot get past the physical part.
You shallow individual. What in the heezy?
Do you know how many women fall in love with very unattractive men and overlook that because of our hearts?
I do it every week.
Okay, so what are you going to do about this? Hello?
To tell you the truth, we were intimate and it destroyed the relationship.
Well, what is it? Is she fat? Does she have like crater face? Like no hair?
What's your deal with the physical appearance?
She's about like 6'1", like 345. I mean,
Good golly, she sounds like a winner.
No,
so how long
why
you guys been together?
yeah, but
y'all are foul.
The funny thing about it is, I know her mother, her brothers, her sisters. I found out in the process that we really should have gotten married. I found out she's my real soulmate. That I couldn't get past the physical part.
You know what? You're and Hill, you can weigh in this, but you're killing me right now. How can you say on one hand that you're in love with this woman and you love her?
She's your soulmate.
She's your soulmate, but yet you can't get past her physical look, so she's not your soulmate. She's like your soulmate with an asterisk next to it, I think.
She's your soulmate on MySpace. Is that it? Y'all Twitter each other. What is the deal?
I don't know about that. What do you think about that?
They should just work out together.
That's awful.
Did you hear what he said? She's 6'1", 345. I mean, that is a big bitch. A big
bitch.
I mean, a big
girl.
You
know what? You know what?
But he knew she was big, so what's the difference?
Right. Like, that's unfair to her, don't you think? Like, you say you're in love with her, but...
And he said soulmate. How do you use the word soulmate and you're not... It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, listen.
Would you?
What can you say?
He's perplexed.
Would you date a 6'1",
345? That's a winner.
If I fell in love with her and she was my soulmate, absolutely.
Would you support her? Would you take her to red carpet events and the Emmy
Of course he
Awards?
would.
Without question.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
So he ain't shit, right?
No.
That's awful.
Listen, all of us. See, relationships aren't a zero-sum game. That's the point. We all have questions and uncertainties. Nobody's going to be perfect. And it's up to all of us to figure out what we're willing to live with in other people's imperfections.
Right.
If he's willing to live with the way she is and how she's been presented, then that's fine. There's plenty of brothers out there that love a super thick, big woman.
Especially the brothers.
Right? There's plenty out there, right? And can embrace that. There's other brothers who are like, that's not my journey. And there's nothing wrong with that. The point is that nobody's perfect. Since nobody's perfect, what imperfections are you willing to live with versus not? That's it.
But how do you feel about wasting someone? Okay, you know, okay. There's certain things I know I can't deal with, all right? I don't like guys with really big nipples. I don't like fat guys.
How do you get past that, Claudia?
Well, a big contract helps. But I'm just saying, like, there's certain things you know going in that you don't like.
Right.
How unfair is that, though, to, like, waste someone's time? Like, he actually had to nurture this to get to the point where he fell in love with her. So where was that communication? Like, did he just, like... That's disturbing. This is disturbing to me. Ladies, but you feel me?
It sounds to me that this relationship kind of evolved and grew. It didn't sound like the initial attraction was the physical. In other words,
it wasn't.
It sounds like they actually developed they were spending time together. They liked each other. They built a friendship.
But now he's not going to go there. He's like,
not necessarily.
No, he said he should have not got married.
Yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said he should have not got married.
I gotta stop drinking. I'm sorry, my bad. Y'all carry on.
That's cool. I'll take your wine.
And so, and now, okay, now he's in a different situation. Now, okay, now the question is now, given the situation he's in, what do you do next?
Right.
What about having a conversation about the issue? And then there's different choices that come up, right? Maybe she's always wanted to add another woman to the mix. Maybe she has. You don't know that. They haven't communicated. Maybe she's like, I'm glad you said that because there's this model down the street that's skinny and that I would love to be with.
Have you had a threesome?
This is not about me.
No, it actually is. It actually is.
No.
There's a lot of ladies that were very excited about you coming through. I won't point them out, but they're here. So I like to know this. I like to know.
No, it's okay.
Would you have a threesome? I love it. Okay, I make you uncomfortable. All right, we have another caller. We have Robert from Louisiana. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Robert.
Hey.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey.
We're good.
Hey, Hill.
What's your comment or question?
Hey, Robert, how you doing, brother?
Hey, you know what, Hill?
What's going on?
I think your journey was successful, brother, because I've been married for 22 years to the same woman, and we've had 5 kids, and I've been married to her since I was 20. Actually, not 20. I take that back. We got married 11 years after I met her, but I lived with her for 11 years, and we have, like I said, we have 5 kids, and as far as communication goes, she got pregnant, and she called. I lived in L.A. I used to travel back and forth to L.A. When she got pregnant, I came back to San Diego where she was staying, and she told me she was pregnant, and all she said was, "What are we gonna do?" And I said, "Well, like that one caller, I didn't want my child growing up in a single parent home, so I told her, I said, I guess we are gonna live together for the rest of our life, because that's how I felt, and I had that goal to do that I wanted to live with her for the rest of my life. I wanted to make her happy, and it only worked because that's what she wanted, and we spent the last 22 years trying to make each other happy and trying to keep, like you said, the communication alive. I mean, our marriage has gone up and down. You know, our relationship has gone up and down. Right now, been married, like I said, the last 11 years, but the first 11 years we just lived together, but it just seemed like we've been married the last 22 years because we've never been.
So what is your issue?
Go ahead, Claudia.
What's your problem?
What's your question or comment, honey?
What's bothering you? So we can try to tackle this.
I think what he's saying is that
quickly
they've been trying to make each other so happy that I don't think that they ever step back to try and make themselves happy, because that's the problem I have with my husband. He's like, well, I want to make you happy, I want to do all these things for you, and I'm like, okay, but what about you? Like, you want me to be happy and go out and party, like, you need to do the same things. You want, you stop going to school because you want me to pursue my career, you still need to go to school. We can both do what we want to do without you having to sacrifice yourself and not do anything to make me happy.
Right.
Because it doesn't make me happy.
We need 2 individually happy people to make.
Yeah, exactly.
To make be happy.
The happy whole.
His call. Anybody want to speak on it? It was very long.
Yeah, it was very long. I have no idea what he was saying.
You lost your place? Okay, great. Okay, what makes most men want to commit? I know that's a very general question. I know. I'm just reading the paper. I didn't come up with that. So, but I would like to know, because ladies, you ever been with a guy for years? Years. You're working through all the problems, and you feel like you prep this guy to be a really good husband for the next girl, then he gets with the next chick, and he commits with this chick right away.
Right.
Can I say something really quick?
I would like you to.
The way you ask the question, and that question in and of itself presupposes a fundamental problem that I believe came up when I was researching this book, and this is that too many women, the vast majority of sisters, believe that they have a monopoly on what a successful relationship is and what it looks like, because they believe that they're the ones that are ready to commit. Because the way that question in and of itself is suggesting it's the men's problem, because it's the men that won't commit. And
it's not.
No, it's not.
It seems like most women they say they're ready, so it's like on the man.
See that in of itself is the problem, because what happens is many women have conversations about relationships, much more than men do, really. Yes. But here's the deal. They have conversations about relationships amongst themselves. it tends to be they either talk, they tend to talk with women, other women, about relationship issues, and they pass on misinformation to each other. And what happens is that misinformation gets circulated around with women so much so that they end up believing it's actually true. And then women think they have a monopoly on how a relationship is supposed to work, as if they do, which they don't. And brothers, we have our own set of issues. I'm not trying to let brothers off the hook.
Yeah?
Okay, we have our own.
Oh, my ninth grade girlfriend broke my heart, and now I'm scared to commit. I don't want a girlfriend.
Ninth grade.
I was hurt in '87.